こんばんは。花です。今、花のストーリータイムです。今回も小崎優の日本びっくり辞典を読みましょう。最初に日本語から英語に訳しましょう。Hi, it's Hannah's story time, and we're continuing to read Kozaki Yuu's The Surprising Encyclopedia of Japan. And I'll start out by translating from the Japanese into English. 今週の目次は関東地方の群馬県。Let's look at Gunma of the Kanto region. Let's look at some of the vocab that is used in this chapter. 出荷 shipping. 大飢饉 severe famine. 住職 chief priest. 副業 side job. きっかけ chance or motive. から風 dry cold wind. 吹き下ろす blow down on. 重ねたり layer or to pile on. 縁起 a sign of luck or an omen. 読みましょう。日本のだるま8割作っている making 80% of Japan's だるま。英語を話す人のために少し説明をしたい。だるまがあんまり多分知らないから説明の方がいいね。So I want to take a moment to explain a bit what a dharma is and why it's so significant that the production of them is mentioned in this book. So dharma comes from the Bodhidharma, the founder of Zen Buddhism, came to Japan via India and China, and he was a monk that was so intensely focused on meditation that it is said that he stared at a wall or meditated in front of a wall for 9 years to the point that his arms and legs fell off. The line between history and legend gets a little blurry there. Not sure if it's true, but that's where the image of the Dharma comes from. It's a round figurine with just a face, no arms and legs. And it's often depicted as an okiagari, which means if you knock it down, it gets back up again. It goes back to an upward position. It also is sold without eyes drawn in, so that it's a talisman of good fortune, luck, or setting goals. So when you set your goal, you draw in one eye, and when that goal is achieved, you draw in the other eye, which is based off of an eye-opening ceremony that was had with Buddhist statuary, which when you dedicated or consecrated a Buddhist statue, you would paint the eyes in, which would imbue the statue with spiritual aspects. All of these combined with the red color that's said to be a Buddhist color and also spiritually significant, and to help protect against things like smallpox, which was a major problem in Japan, but that's a different story. With other things like symbols like the crane and the tortoise also being associated with the Dharma for longevity, because, a crane lives 1,000 years, a tortoise lives 10,000 years. All these symbols combined together become a good luck charm, and part of the demand for this product was at temples, you would get a good luck charm in the new year to kind of bless and consecrate the year. And people wanted these charms because Japan's history is very much tied in with a spiritual sense. And it's just part of the tradition. You get charms for the new year, and one of those charms became the little dharma dolls or figurines, which would also have the double effect that you can set goals and have good luck and draw on the eyes. And it was just very, like, you knock it over, get it back up. It was very much imbued with so much significance that they grew in demand, especially around the Edo period, which is after the 1600s. And just as the demand grew, one particular region, Gunma, became well known for making these dolls. And this chapter tells us a little bit why. So let's read. 日本のだるま8割作っている making 80% of Japan's だるま。群馬県高崎市は毎年約90万個のだるまを出荷している。Takasaki City of Gunma ships around 900,000 dharma every year. これは日本のだるまの約 80% にもなる。This is about 80% of Japan's dharma. 高崎だるまの始まりは江戸時代。高崎だるま began in the Edo period. 200年ほど前に起きた天然の大飢饉の時、少林山だるま寺の 常食がのみの副業としてだるまの作り方を教えたことがきっかけいう説がある。Almost 200 years ago, during the start of the Great Tenmei Famine, the chief priest of Shorin Mountain Dharma Temple was motivated to teach the farmers to make dharma as a side job, as the story goes. 高崎市では冬から春先にから風という乾いた冷たい風が秋木山から吹き下ろす。In Takasaki City, from winter to before spring, a cold, dry wind called karakaze blew down from Akigi Mountain. だるま作りでは紙を貼り重ねたり色を塗ったりする。In making dharma, layers of paper are pasted on and color is painted on. この時、だるまをからかすのにから風がぴったりだったのも高崎市で盛んになった理由の一つ。During this, for the dharma to dry, the karakaze is perfect, which is one reason why Takasaki became so successful in their production. 高崎だるまは顔の縁起物の鶴と亀が描かれているんだ。高崎だるま have a turtle or crane painted on their face as a symbol of luck. 群馬県の基本の城 Things to know about Gunma. 県庁所在地は前橋市。The capital is 前橋。面積は6362平方キロメートル。The area is 6,362 square kilometers. 人口は192万9000人。Population is 1,929,000 people. 人口密度は1平方キロメートルあたり303人。Population density is 303 people per square kilometer. 今、ずっと日本語で読みましょう。Let's read the whole thing through in Japanese. 日本のだるま8割作っている。群馬県高崎市は毎年約90万個のだるまを出荷している。これは日本のだるまの約 80% にもなる。高崎だるまの始まりは江戸時代。200年ほど前に起きた天明の大飢饉の時、少林山だるま人の常食が農民の副業としてだるまの作り方を教えたことがきっかけという説がある。高崎市では冬から春先にから風という加えて冷たい風が秋木山から吹き下ろす。だるま作りでは紙を重ねたり色を塗ったりする。この時だるまを乾かすのにから風がぴったりだったのも高崎市で盛んになった理由の一つ。今週も近畿地方の佐賀県。Let's also look at Saga of the Kinki region. Let's look at some of the vocabulary used in this chapter. 置物 ornament or figurine. 厚み thickness. 陶器 porcelain. 壺 jar, pot, vase. 植木鉢 a flower pot. 抜く take, seize, remove, pick. 通じろ to open or to be understood. 商売 business. 繁盛 prosper or flourish. 縁起物 talisman or charm. 意外 unexpected. 読みましょう。その木の置物、信楽で有名な滋賀県。Shiga is famous for shigaraki-ware tanuki figurines. ここにもタヌキについて説明しなければならないね。多分、だいぶの英語を話せる人はタヌキについてあまり知らないね。ごめん。I'm also going to take a moment to explain a bit what a tanuki is and why these figurines of tanukis are so widespread and produced so much in Japan. Because a tanuki is a real creature. Its best translation is raccoon dog because it's kind of a mix. It looks like a mix between a raccoon or a dog, but it's its own creature. But those aren't the animals we're talking about other than the fact that they have inspired the mythical creature, the Bakeidanuki, or the mischievous tanuki, which is a shape-shifting creature that is mentioned in Japanese historical / mythology going all the way back to the earliest times of Japanese history. And it's evolved and developed into this mischievous kind of creature, but who's also a creature of good luck. It could be either. It's very much like the fox, in the fact that it could be in your favor, it could be against your favor, like so much of luck. And they're seen as kind of being humanoid figurines that walk around, and there's all sorts of different myths tied into how they look, what they wear, what they're doing, and their testicles. But that is a whole other thing, not getting into that here. But the important thing is that they are a charm or a figurine for kind of luck, and they're largely produced in a very particular area of Japan, and this chapter explains a bit more. Tanuki no okimono, shigaraki yaki de yumei na Shiga ken. Shiga is famous for shigaraki ware tanuki figurines. Shiga ken Kokashi Shigaraki Chō no chūshin ni shigaraki yaki toiyu atsumi no aru toki tsukuri ga sakan. Shiga's Shigaraki town in Koka City is central to the successful production of a thick type of pottery called Shigaraki pottery. Kamakura jidai no owari goro kara tsukurare, Edo jidai ni hatten shita nda. It was made from about the end of the Kamakura era and developed during the Edo period. Shigaraki yaki de wa shuki ya tsubo, ueki bachi nado samazama na mono ga tsukurarete iru. Various things like bowls, pots, vases, etc. are made from shigaraki yaki. Nakademo tanuki no okimono wa chō yumei. Of these, the tanuki figurines are extremely famous. Shigaraki de wa mise no mae nado achikochi de mirareru nda. In Shigaraki, you can see them in front of stores and here and there. というのも、タヌキは他を抜くに通じるので、商売繁盛の縁起物だから。It can also be said that tanuki is understood as surpassing others, so it is a talisman for prosperity with business. さらに、昭和天皇が信楽を訪れたとき、タヌキを置物を木に入ったという。Furthermore, when the Showa emperor visited Shigaraki, it is said he was very taken with the tanuki figurines. その話が広まり、Shigarakiイコールタヌキの置物のイメージが広まったとか。As that story spread, Shigaraki yaki came to be equal with tanuki figurines, and their image spread. タヌキの置物は明治時代に作られたのが最初とか。Tanuki figurines were started to be made in the Meiji era. 意外と新しいんだ。They were unexpected and new. Saga ken no kihon no shiro. Things to know about Saga. Ken chōshōzaichi wa Otsu-shi. The capital is Otsu. Mensaki wa 4017 heihou kilometer. Area is 4,017 square kilometers. Jinkou wa 140,900人. Population is 1,409,000 people. 人口密度は1平方キロメートルあたり351人. Population density is 351 people per square kilometer. 今、ずっと日本語で読みましょう. Let's read the whole thing through in Japanese. タヌキの置物、信楽焼で有名な滋賀県。滋賀県甲賀市信楽町を中心に信楽焼という厚みのある陶器作りが盛ん。鎌倉時代の終わり頃から作られ、江戸時代に発展したんだ。信楽焼では食器や壺、植木鉢など様々なものが作られている。中でも、タヌキの置物は超有名。信楽では 店の前などあちこちで見られるんだ。というのも、タヌキは他を抜くに通じるので、商売繁盛の縁起物だから。さらに、昭和天皇が信楽を訪れたとき、タヌキの置物を木に入ったという。その話が広まり、信楽焼イコールタヌキの置物のイメージが広まったとか。皆さん、ありがとうございました。いつもの友達を見ているに、新しい人にも誰でもここまでを見たの人にありがとうございました。Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who watched, my friends who always watch, new people who found this, anyone who watched to this point in the video, thank you so much. このビデオは長かったね。This was a long video. 説明があるのか。Because there's explanations in it. But in addition to the explanation, there is the reminder. いつもこういうのものは物語を読んで、物語を語って、物語を楽しんでくださいね。So, along with the explanations is a reminder to read stories, tell stories, and enjoy stories. Bye!